when we had our initial meetings, there was attention about the possibility of this knowledge with the expansion and the popularity of electronics, that what we hold dear and precious to ourselves, that's done in an honorable way of observing the sacredness and kapu of our ancestors, that by putting it down in a more detailed way, we run the risk of it being misused. It's in the book. It's on the shelf. It can be picked up. And also, you go online and you go Google and you type in Ho'oponopono, and boom, a lot of information comes up that doesn't sound like what we have been exposed to. So, as a practitioner who trained under Mary Kawena Pukuʻi, when I entered into that relationship to receive this knowledge, I accepted that kuleana, that I would do it in the way it was intended by our ancestors. So I had the privilege, but I had responsibilities for honoring that gift. And so I had concerns not having control of who could put their hands on this resource. The great possibility is going to be interpreted and utilized from their worldview, from their own interpretation. And I was very uncomfortable with that. And I voiced it to the committee. We had, that opened the box for all of us to recognize we had those concerns. And since we have no control of other people and how they might use that, Sally was good. She said, we stated right in the book in the beginning. That made sense. So that's what I recall. Yeah. It was to preserve the integrity of ʻIke kupuna. Because those of us who have received that gift and the training, we are the keepers of maintaining that integrity. So I'm glad you picked it up right away. You know, the book says that for Ho'oponopono in particular, it's that whole system of concepts that makes Ho'oponopono so valuable. But if you use one or two aspects, don't call it Ho'oponopono. But that's what's been happening. And so Google, you helped us reaffirm our kuleana to put it out there. Mahalo.
Thank you, Lynette, for reminding us of that rich discussion that we had about a concern that the information would be taken and used in a different way. And as I recall too, this book is not a manual for people to use to practice Ho'oponopono. It's really to give the in-depth cultural values and how we see it. And if anything, we would hope that people who want to go further would seek kupuna to learn more about it. Because, our traditions are alo ike alo, uhani ika uhani. It's face to face. It cannot be learned only from the book. The book maybe should enlighten people, but we knew we also had to get it out as the impact that 1 and 2 did on others to seek in us. So yeah, Lynette, it was a really great discussion we had on that. And what Kalei said, put it up front, but the information got to get out. And you got to get out, and we got to give it a context the best way we could. And I hope it does show in there. But thank you, Lynette.
So the thing I would add is I remember an early conversation. I think, Dennis, it was you and me and Aunty Malia, but we had an early conversation about this too, about actually, should there be a volume 3, because we were so worried about the appropriation and the misuse of our culture. And I think the thing that was so moving to me is that one of the things about Hawaiians, I think, is our generosity. And, as we know, there are many cultural practitioners, not only Hawaiians, but across the globe, who basically will not share anything of their culture, especially sacred practices, because they're meant to be kept sacred, which means to be kept within a particular set of boundaries, and only for some to be able to know and to practice them. And one of the things I really appreciated about our conversation was the trade-off is, do we share? And in a way, sharing is preserving. Holding back is not preserving. Sharing out is preserving, because our people can practice these things, and that will help the practices to go on to the generations to come. But this is really about our people and our kupuna and our kumu, which is we share so our people can use these practices to be well. And so the point of this volume is really, it's for us, it's for the people. It's not for university professors or people like that. This is for the people to use. So we hope people will pick up this book and go read it with your family at home, and go practice things with your own family, Hawaiians, because this is for you. This is for you.